What's going on, Big Blue Nation? Your boy Big Blue Steph back at you with another video. A couple days after that demoralizing loss in so many ways to them birds. You know, like I hear they usually try to flush a loss after 24 hours. You know, you take what you need to get from it and move on. So I'm moving on. Probably moved on after the injury, for real. But to that effect, it's Wednesday, it's midweek. My fault, it's Tuesday, it's not even officially midweek. But, moving on, and it looks like, I don't know, for me, it feels like it's the inevitable. I ain't gonna call for nobody's jobs, but more than anything else, man, this whole season reeks only because we have no true hope. Yes, we have Jackson Dart, supposed to be the savior. This is actually year four of the New York Giants under Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll. And you finally got your rookie QB, the one QB, this process that y'all kept talking about. You guys got a process, and it's here. And I get it. It looks like this home run hit. But to be fair, was everyone on board on that one? Because the way Daboll spoke about when Daboll made the switch to Dart, he's like, this is my call, this is me. Not saying we. Everything else leading up in the last 3.5 years or whatever has always been we. We have a process, we talk, we this, we that, blah, blah, blah. Daboll said, this is me. So right there, that tells you the whole ownership group, the whole front administration, GM, whoever, Brandon Beane as well. I'm not Brandon Beane, Brandon Brown, probably wasn't in on Dart starting yet, or even if that was their QB. But here we are. Jackson Dart looks to be a hit. No matter if it's this regime, if he was on another team, looks like he's a keeper. He still has a lot to develop. But there's these intangibles, there's this leadership, there's the moxie. All that plays into the playmaking, all that plays into we think we got a good QB, which is awesome for a Giants fan after going through 6 years of Daniel Jones. But here's the big problem. Okay, you didn't feel right pulling the trigger on any other quarterback in the first 4 years of your regime. Even though you guys decided to pay Daniel Jones after his one stellar season by his, performance level, which is cool, but you guys decided that wasn't on Gettleman. You guys didn't extend him when y'all got aboard. You let him play out the contract, and we got to the situation where it was like, basically you guys decided we're paying Daniel, we're tagging Saquon. That's a whole other video. Whatever. Cool. You put all your faith in Daniel Jones. I don't think Daboll was ever 100% on Jones, but he's like, I can only deal with what I've been given from my GM. Whatever. But in the meantime, in these 4 years, you would think we would have a roster that's truly built to support him. And I don't see how at all. Yes, we lost Malik Nabers, super playmaker. Then we lose Cam, another super playmaker. Everything comes crashing down after you lose those two players. What about the run defense? Which has been an issue pretty much the entire Daboll Schoen regime. What about the defense in general? Outside of the year with Wink, when Wink just was like, I ain't gonna let y'all just do what y'all want with me. I'm coming after y'all. If I get beat, I get beat. Cool. You were aggressive. You had a philosophy. You stuck with it. You got results. We made the playoffs. Cool. But after that, what happens? Seriously. Like, you haven't built the infrastructure that you would need for a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, let alone Daniel Jones back in the day. You've had 4 years of bad drafting. Outside of Malik, and let's say Cam and Dart. And to the GM's perspective, Dart doesn't seem to be their guy, the one that they really want. Cool. What have you done 4 years? And let's say 4 years, let's average 6 picks per year. That's 24 picks. Who do you have to say, like, you really like, yeah, you struck it big? Tyler Newton? Nah. Drew Phillips, up and down. Cordell Flott, this year showing something, but still not, oh yeah, we definitely hit on that. Nah. Free agency wise, who have you brought in as a free agent? You'd be like, yeah, they made a big difference. You traded for Brian Burns. That wasn't a free agent move. Let's say Jermaine Illuminar. We give you that one. Who else? Who else? You got rid of talent. The success that you were able to have, you literally, and I hate to admit this, you got a lot of that from freaking Gettleman. Daniel Jones's one good year, that was a Gettleman guy. Dexter Lawrence is a Gettleman guy. Andrew Thomas, a Gettleman guy. You had Saquon, sent them out. Had Xavier, sent them out. Julian Love, sent them out. What's his face? Leonard Williams, sent them out. So who have you really brought in? You really haven't done anything to really build the infrastructure in 4 years. Not even talking about the quarterback, because that's what most people say. You build the team up and then you drop in your quarterback and you're good to go. Who do you have? You pretty much gone tight end for the last 3-4 years. None of them seem to stick. Bellinger seems to be the best of the bunch, but you barely played him after a while. Wandale, limited. You know, we love his energy, but what is he really giving you consistently where you like, yes, we got a superstar. We know he's a 1B or a strong 2. Nope. Slayton. Another Gettleman guy who you actually pay $12 mil a year. For what? Inconsistency at this age? Like, this should be his prime where he's just like crushing it. No, you don't even have that. You brought in Devin Singletary, who technically was your third running back before Cam went down. What else are you doing? Your interior of the line. JMS, this year's been probably his best year, but still not like, oh yeah, we definitely got a keeper. Runyon Jr., maybe he was sent by the Eagles somehow to kind of not really fortify what should have been a fortified O-line, which is another area of the team that you haven't really solidified. Greg Van Roten, 35 years old. How much longer are you going to rely on this dude? Glad he's here, but come on now. Then let's look at Jalen Hyatt. Traded up to get this dude. Inactive this past week against Philly. Come on now. Third year in the league and you can't get nothing out of him. Evan Neal. Kayvon has been good. Consistently, just kind of good. But 5th overall pick, gotcha. Evan Neal has just been horrible. The fact that you don't even play him at his drafted position. You move him over to guard and he can't even get snaps. Can't even outduel Greg Van Roten. So what are you doing? There's nothing you can really say that Shane has really done excellent. Let's go back to another big issue. You came in, we were in cap hell. Gettleman had really messed things up. Why is it in year 4 we still can't maneuver enough that we have to do in-season moves like we do just to have breathing room, just to make practice squad elevations? In year 4, your defense has a ton of money invested in it, and we can't rely on the defense to stop the run, can't rely on the defense to stop the pass, can't rely on defense to hold a lead. And you have a ton of money going flipping back and forth. Deonte Banks, man, I wanted that dude to really work out. Being here in Maryland and just hoping, that there'd be some Maryland pride going through the Giants Nation. That dude is a shell of his confident self. His rookie year, now in year 3, and we traded up for this dude, and he just can't produce. Like, that's not a good sign. Your drafting's terrible. Your free agency signings are terrible. Your trades have been fairly decent overall. I won't even say overall, because Isaiah Simmons ain't work out. Boogie Basham ain't really work out. Can't remember who else outside of Burns. So can't really say your trades have been all that great. You got rid of Leo Williams, who was really next to Dex, was probably like your second most important defensive lineman. So what are we doing as a Giants Nation? Can we really continue to really trust in Shane and Daboll for that fact? I'm not absolving Daboll for anything. A lot of the in-game management and decisions, and I get it. You don't want to tell or give a competitive advantage by saying this or not saying that. Dude, we're like, maybe 10 and I don't even know what the stat is, but we have one winning season in 4 years. What competitive advantage do we really have? I just know we've been trash 3 out of the 4 years, and that other year we beat expectations. No one saw it coming. Now that, teams were able to adjust, we weren't able to rise up. Our players are not being developed, and our expectations are lowering every year as a Giants fan. I came into this season, I couldn't even make a record prediction. I didn't want to. It was like, I didn't expect much. I hoped for the best. We had a little glimmer of hope when Jax came in. Injuries kicked in. It is what it is. We are a Giants Nation, a suffering nation, a cursed football team. Going back to, I don't even know what year that was when that black cat against the Cowboys came on the field. We ain't been right since. Saquon, Leak, Odell, who else? Of course, Daniel Jones, if you want to throw that in there. Like, our big time players offensively all go down catastrophically. Cam, it's like, come on now. Don't make sense. That's just a huge giant thought. Let me know what y'all think. If I made it this far, definitely appreciate it. So much more I could add to this, but I ain't gonna overwhelm you right now. Giants Nation, I'll catch y'all later.